Hi, I'm Midge Shoemaker, and today is day 93 of my doing 100 days of YouTube videos and focusing on gratitude. And I made it to day 93, which means I have all of 1 week left to go. Kind of struggling a little bit today, having some random thoughts in my head. Um, ugh, Struggling today, I'm sorry. I feel like this is the third day in a row that I have not done anything and slept most of today again, trying to figure out why I am so tired and not motivated to do anything. And I realize it's probably because I haven't been journaling, because there's a lot of emotional stuff I haven't been dealing with, because I've been working really hard and I'm just exhausted and I just don't want to do it anymore. I just kind of, I don't know, I think I get to a certain point and I'm just like, oh, I'm done. I hit like a done spot and I have a hard time pushing past that. And seriously thought about just going back to bed for the night and not doing my video. And then I was like, well, it'll disappoint a couple of people that have been watching them, but it's not that big of a deal. And then I thought, no, because then I'm disappointing myself, and I'm always disappointing myself. And maybe, just maybe, if I can push through and finish just 100 days of these videos, that maybe I can start pushing through and doing some other things in my life that I want to do. So doing these videos makes everything else feel attainable, feel doable, feel possible. But I also right now feel like I have not been following through on all the other commitments that I've been making to myself and to other people for other things, other projects. And I just don't seem to have the energy or the motivation to do any of those other things, which is frustrating and it's a little disappointing. And I'm trying to remember to be gentle with myself. And if nothing else, I'm just grateful. Sorry, I'm eating my hair. I don't know why. It just wants to go in my mouth today. Sorry. Random distraction of hair. I actually took a shower today, which is good. So I have nice, clean hair, which is great. But apparently that means that things can go anywhere. And now I'm totally distracted and I don't remember what I was talking about. And since I don't go back and watch these videos, which may be torture to some of you people that are watching these because I don't edit them, you get all of me, the good, the bad, the ugly, the crazy, the random, repetitious, sidetrack stories. Um, anyway, honestly, don't know what I was thinking, other than just struggling to get through today and realizing that I don't want to disappoint myself. I am 1 week away from finishing videos for gratitude, 100 videos. It's amazing. It's a very, very long goal. It's been very difficult at times, and it's so crazy that I am like 1 week away. And because I've just been so tired and I haven't pushed myself for the last 3 days, that I'm just like, okay, I'm just gonna give up. I'm not gonna finish. I'm like, but I'm 1 week away. That's insane. That those default settings I have worked so hard over the past 93 days to try to change are still that strong. They're still there. It's a constant battle. It's a constant struggle. And if I give up, if I constantly give in to those, then I will constantly be disappointing myself as well as others. And and when I feel like I'm disappointing myself or other people, I think I just get depressed, I get discouraged, I get tired. All my little default settings kick in, and the I'm not good enough, or it doesn't matter, or whatever. They all sink in. And most of the time, it's not really a thought behind it. I mean, it's the thought of all the stuff I haven't got done and the feeling of being overwhelmed and discouraged and then just feeling like I'm not good enough. But a lot of times I think it's just more that feeling, just the lack of motivation, the no energy, and all the ideas inside of me, that little girl inside of me, that energy inside of me, that spirit inside of me going, hey, we got this to do, we got this to do, let's go do it, let's go do it, let's go do it. And then we got my body, we got my default settings, and they're just all, and that ain't gonna happen. So it's just like this voice saying, let's do this. And the rest of me that's like, you're funny. And I like the days when the voice inside of me gets to take control. And it's like, okay, body, we're doing this. We don't care. We're doing this. Because I feel so much better. I feel so much lighter. And I feel like I've actually accomplished something. I feel like I can do this. Um, and then I give in, and it's not so much giving in as it is trying to take care of myself and trying to figure out a balance of what's taking care of myself, what's letting myself get the sleep that I need, and what is pushing myself when, I can get up and do stuff in spite of how I feel. Where's the balance? Where is that point where I push myself when I do in spite of how I feel? And where's that point where I say, okay, my body actually does need to rest and I'm going to let it? Where's that balance? And I have no idea the answer to that question. I don't know where the balance is. And sometimes I feel like I go to the extremes. So I've spent a lot of time just pushing myself and pushing myself and pushing myself. And then my body said, oh, heck no, we're done. And I literally, this morning, I think I woke up at 7 o'clock and I rolled over and went right back to sleep. And at 1 o'clock this afternoon, I was still like having to pry my eyes open to just even get out of bed to go to the bathroom and get something to eat. Like I just could not wake up today. And I don't have an explanation for that. I don't have an explanation for that. So I guess I can't beat myself up too much for not doing things today when I am fighting being tired, which I'm tired of being tired because it just feels like it's an excuse. It feels like it's just getting in the way of everything. And maybe there's some underlying things that I need to figure out. Maybe I need to do a bunch of journaling. Maybe there's some emotional things I need to get taken care of. Maybe there's some physical things. Maybe there's some medical things. I don't know. I don't actually have insurance, so I'm not going to go see a doctor because I don't have any extra money. And the last few times that I've had this issue, in the past when I've had this issue of being too tired all the time, they're like, oh, that's nice. We'll run a few blood tests. Everything looks normal. And that's it. They don't delve any deeper. They don't. Maybe I just keep seeing the wrong doctors. I've heard that saying where you have to just keep going until you find one that actually listens to you because, I'm tired of being tired. I need to be able to function in my life, and I know I need to be able to lose weight, and I need to be able to exercise and not feel exhausted. I also need to take better care of my body. I need to eat healthier. I need to drink more fluids because I don't drink very much water throughout the day. I don't even keep track of how much water I drink. And the funny thing is when I go to work, I actually drink more water when I'm working than when I'm at home, because when I'm at home, I don't drink at all. I really don't, unless I get something to eat or something and I'll be like, oh, I'm just a little bit thirsty, and then I go to get a drink and I'm like, and I just down the whole glass of water because I haven't had anything to drink all day, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm thirsty because I've spent most of my life ignoring myself and ignoring my needs and not learning how to take care of myself and not feeling like my needs were important because it was my job to meet everyone else's needs. And eventually I was going to meet that perfect person or the right person that was going to actually meet my needs. And then, we take care of each other because I meet theirs and they meet mine. That has not happened in my life as of yet. And I'm learning that is not probably ever going to happen in my life because that's not how it works. What I'm learning is that I have to take care of my needs and myself, and as I take care of me and myself, then I feel well enough, whole enough, sane enough to actually help take care of other people, and to do it in a way that's kind and understanding and compassionate to them, instead of trying to control them, instead of trying to tell them what to do, instead of just getting frustrated because I don't have anything left to give, and I'm like, I've done everything you want me to, and then trying to create scenarios in my head as to how this shoulda, woulda, coulda worked out if they'd have just done this or done that or whatever, but nobody listens to me, so I'm wasting my breath here, But the person that doesn't listen to me is myself, and I only seem to listen to my negative comments and not my positive comments, and I don't pay attention to my body when it says I'm thirsty or when it says I'm hungry. And about the only thing that I do pay attention to is when I'm too tired to do something. So my body's like, hey, you're just not going anywhere. And when I push through and say, okay, I don't care if I'm tired, I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to just I eat food a lot when I'm tired because the chewing kind of helps to keep me awake. So it's probably the only time I eat, but it's not necessarily healthy. And then my body's like, okay, this isn't working. Migraine time, because you ain't going nowhere with the migraine. So, I mean, I haven't had a migraine. It kind of went away yesterday, and today I haven't really had one either, which I'm grateful for. But today I just could not wake up. And then when I did, I managed to move as far as my couch. And I thought about going to work. I thought about doing other things, and I did not manage to do any of those other things. Managed to order food because I was too lazy to go do dishes and make my own. But I did manage to take a shower, which I'm very grateful for. I really needed a shower, so it feels really good to be clean. So I'm grateful for that. And I am managing to make my YouTube video, so I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful of all the things that I may not be doing, that I'm at least choosing to follow through with this one, because I'm not going to disappoint myself on this. I have disappointed myself and others on just about everything else right now, and probably everything else in my life. But I want to finish this, because if I can finish this, then maybe I can convince myself to do 100 days of writing in my journal, 100 days of working on my books, 100 days of something else. And every time I struggle with that 100 days, I can look back at this 100 days of gratitude and be grateful that I made it through. And I'm telling myself that I made it through, that I'm going to make it through, because I have 1 week left, 7 days. This is day 93. I have 7 days left. I'm like, how ridiculous would it be to quit with 7 days? That doesn't even compute. That doesn't make sense. I mean, if I did it for 20 days, maybe, and said like, okay, I did it for 3 weeks and I'm tired, I'm done, this isn't going to work, this isn't what I want to do. 50 days, maybe. But I mean, I know when I hit 70 days, like 75 days, I got 3/4 of the way down and I was like, I don't want to do it anymore. And it's like, oh my gosh, the closer I get to finishing, the harder it seems to be for me. Like there's this, I don't know, giant block or something inside me that's like hitting the brakes, digging my heels in, going, we're not going to do this. You can't do this. And I'm just like, oh yeah, watch me. Oh yeah, watch me. That person inside me, that spirit inside me is just like, oh no, I am not hiding. I am not going to disappoint myself on this one. I am going to finish this. I am going to prove to myself that I can do this. And I love that little stubborn part that's pushing through, because it's turning a stubborn thing, because usually when I get stubborn, I get stupid and I make really bad choices. So I feel like this time that stubborn is turning into determination. That's turning into finishing a goal of something that I set 93 days ago, and that I wasn't even sure what I was doing when I started that goal, and I wasn't even sure what the outcome was going to be in 100 days. And I still have 7 days to go, so I'm not entirely sure what the final outcome of that is going to be either. But I think I could do this. And I'm grateful that I can do this. I'm grateful that I can see the finish line. I'm grateful that I chose tonight to not give up, because I thought about it. Honestly, that thought went through my head quite a few times, like I'm just going to curl into bed because I'm too tired and I don't even know why I'm still awake. And I'm like, oh yeah, I'm still awake because I'm waiting for myself to do my YouTube video. And I ain't doing no YouTube video. But I can't, I don't want to give up on myself. I don't want to disappoint myself. And, I thought, okay, about the other people that are watching this video, and right now there's not very many people that have been watching these videos. And I'm like, it would disappoint them. And that wasn't motivation enough for me to do this video. And then I thought, I don't want to disappoint myself. And I'm grateful that it was myself I don't want to disappoint. It was myself that was my motivation to do my video tonight, because it's usually an outside person, an outside thing. And this time it was me. And I'm grateful that it's me, that I'm my motivation, because I feel like if we do things because we're motivated for ourselves, because we want to better ourselves, because we want to change for the better for ourselves, we feel like it's something we need to do, then it's a stronger motivation. But if we're doing it for someone else, then we have that, what is that, resentment. It's a premeditated resentment. It's an expectation is a premeditated resentment, and we do it for someone else, then we expect a response from someone else. We expect their accolade. We expect their approval. We expect them to be grateful for everything that we did for them. And my experience has been that they don't notice, or they don't care, or you do it and they don't say anything, and then you don't do it, and then they get upset because you're like, well, why'd you stop doing that? And I was like, because you didn't say anything. Well, I just figured that's, you would just do it because it's just expected of you, kind of a thing. It's like, oh, so I did it, so now you know I can do it, so now you just expect me to keep doing it, even though you're not going to compliment me, you're not going to tell me you're proud of me, you're not going to approve of the fact that I'm doing it. Now you're going to be angry that I'm not doing it, or disappointed that I'm not doing it. So, but if I don't get the approval, the expected response, then my motivation to continue is not there. If I don't get the promised reward, the motivation to continue disappears. So I don't know what the promised reward at 100 days is going to be. I only know that it's setting a goal for myself to show that I can accomplish something very difficult, to actually follow through on something I said I was going to do for myself, for me, to see the changes that focusing on gratitude is making in my life. And, initially I was going to be journaling the entire time, and I let that go at some point in the 70-day range. I need to pick that back up, because I think that's another reason I'm struggling, because journaling just helps me to process and release things and sort things out so that my default settings can't take as deep a hold as they've got. So, but I haven't quite got myself back to that for whatever reason. But I'm grateful I got a shower today. I'm grateful I got a lot of sleep. So I'm hoping that I will have the energy and motivation to go to work tomorrow, because I really need to go to work. I really need to make money. I really can't afford to not work today, but I'm just going to trust that God's going to take care of everything, because he's taken care of everything up to this point. And he loves me, and he sees my struggles. He knows what I'm going through, and he's going to love me no matter how much I mess up or how many times I have to start over, which I'm grateful for. I'm grateful to know that. And I'm grateful I'm learning to love myself, and to see that I'm worth it, and to see that I can do it. And doing this 100 days of videos is helping me see that I can do this. And I'm grateful for that too. And I'm grateful that I chose me tonight to make this video. I'm grateful I took a shower. And my hair looks really nice and pretty right now. But just in case my sister makes some comment again, I did not dye my hair. It just happens to be that I washed my hair tonight, and it's just the way the light is hitting it that makes it look a lighter color, because it looks really like a nice lighter color. My hair seems to apparently change colors based on the light that hits it. It's just the way my hair is. It's fun that way. So but it's the natural color. I don't dye my hair. I haven't in years, but maybe someday I will again. I don't know. I don't even know why I'm up on my hair, but I'm grateful it looks nice for tonight, and I'm grateful I got a shower. I'm grateful I made this video. I'm grateful for everyone that's been watching these videos, or for anyone that may watch them in the future. And I'm grateful that I'm willing to put myself out there, and I'm grateful for all the things that I learn every time I do these videos, and grateful to know that it is okay, and that at some point I may find my balance between one extreme and the other, because I know I go to extremes, and there has to be a balance in there somewhere. And I know it's going to take time to rebuild muscles, writing muscles, spiritual muscles, physical muscles, emotional muscles, mental muscles. Kind of let all of those lapse for quite a really long time. And then I mentally think that I'm capable of doing all the things I used to do, and I am not quite that capable anymore, because those muscles have atrophied. So it takes time to rebuild them, and sometimes in that process it's just very exhausting, and sometimes I just do a little too much, and too much can be detrimental, just like not enough can be detrimental. So maybe it was a good thing I took a few days off of doing other things, because maybe my body just needed some time to relax and recuperate. and hopefully it will help me to get remotivated to do things tomorrow. But at least I did my videos. I didn't stop that. Of all the things I haven't stopped, I'm grateful that I have not stopped making my videos, that I have not stopped focusing on things to be grateful for, and that I'm not spending the entire day focused on beating myself up because things didn't work out the way that I thought they did, or because I didn't accomplish all the things on my mental to-do list. So just grateful for that, and grateful for everyone watching. And if you like, hit like, subscribe, share to someone else if you think they'll like it or if it will help. And hope you have a great day full of gratitude.